morning. Super early walk for Bravo. Alright, I'm at the airport now. I'm going to be flying to London Heathrow on board Delta's business class today.
At the time I filmed this back in May 2022, COVID restrictions were not fully relaxed yet, so the airport wasn't as busy as I thought it would be. The lines for check-in were short, and similarly for security and immigration.
So I came to the airport like 4 hours before my flight because I thought it'd be super busy for the May Victoria Day long weekend. But actually there weren't that many lines at the security or immigration. Got through pretty quick. And there's no SkyTeam lounge in the US side of the terminal, so I've got to find something to do for the next 2 or 3 hours.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final boarding call for Air Canada Express Flight 8996 with service to Phoenix.
So as I said, I'll be flying to London Heathrow today. I'll be doing some plane spotting there for the next few days, but I'm actually not flying directly to Heathrow. I'm going to be flying down to Seattle first, and then I'll be taking their Boeing 767-400 flying to London Heathrow. Alright, just arrived in Seattle. Now this airport is really busy. Totally seems like there's no COVID anymore. Masks are also optional.
After getting off my flight from Vancouver, I went to take a look at the new pedestrian sky bridge linking Concourse A and S, part of the new international arrivals facility at SeaTac. I was hoping to check out the view from the bridge, but unfortunately you can only walk on it if you're arriving on an international flight.
Got a few hours to kill before my next flight, so I'm going to head over to the Delta Sky Club Lounge and check that out.
The Delta Sky Club Lounge at SeaTac is located by Gate A1, right between Concourse A and B, with opening hours from 4:15 a.m. until 12:15 a.m. in the evening. The lounge itself is very grand, with tall ceilings and plenty of natural light courtesy of the floor-to-ceiling windows. There's an impressive variety of seating areas, from more private pods, to business stations, to loungers, as well as bar seating. It's got a smaller upper floor as well, which was a bit quieter and where I chose to sit for the majority of my stay. For an av geek like me, the views from the lounge were unbeatable. It's got the perfect view of the new pedestrian bridge. Oh, and by the way, there's my inbound flight arriving at the gate. The buffet had a generous selection and a good mix of hot and cold foods. I particularly liked the cold cuts of salami and ham. Interestingly, they serve Starbucks coffee in the lounge, which makes sense as Delta and Starbucks have a loyalty partnership.
Okay, I just discovered that there are showers in this lounge, so of course I'm gonna take a nice shower before I hop on my next flight to London.
The showers are quite nice, and there was no wait at all to use them. In fact, the shower attendant told me to take all the time I wanted. I guess it was a pretty chill day. I headed to my gate A11 a bit earlier with the hopes of getting a nice view of the plane from the gate, but no luck this time. Delta 767-400 business class contains 34 seats in a 1-to-1 staggered seating configuration. Odd-numbered rows have window seats closer to the aisle, while even-numbered rows have window seats closer to the window. Of course, I had picked one of the even-numbered seats, seat 8A. The blue and black leather seat with white contrast stitching was well executed and gave a sophisticated feel. The side table had a subtle yet refined geometric pattern to it, giving it some extra character. Before settling in, let me do a quick wipe down of the seat. Now I know I'm going to get comments wondering whether COVID's still a thing, so I'll take the time to remind everyone this was filmed back in May of 2022. Soon after boarding, the crew came around to serve pre-departure beverages. I got myself an orange juice. Directly in front of the seat is the touchscreen TV. I like that it had a matte finish to help reduce glare. We'll check out the entertainment options a bit later. Our flight today will take 9 hours and 15 minutes from Seattle to London. We'll be flying over Canada for the first half of the flight, and then out over the Atlantic, flying over Greenland, passing by Iceland, until finally reaching the UK. Below the screen, you'll find the footrest. Not the widest footrest I've seen, but not the most restrictive either. At least it was very deep, so it should be able to accommodate most taller passengers. The side table provides a good amount of surface area to work with. Along the side of the privacy barrier, you'll find the panel with the seat controls, which were intuitive to use. Above that was a literature pocket, consisting of the safety card, a portion of the menu showing the entrees for the flight, as well as a sickness bag. Beside that is the reading light, which doubles as a nice mood lamp for your suite. I like that Delta opted for a wall sconce instead of a traditional reading light, a very nice touch. Here you'll find the noise-cancelling headphones, a pair of slippers, and a bottle holder with a bottle of water. Tucked away in the storage pocket was the amenity kit. You'll also find the universal power outlet, 2 USB ports, and a headphone jack here. I didn't notice this flap that opened up until halfway throughout the flight, but in here you'll find the IFE controller as well as a vanity mirror. Like it or not, the seat comes with a 3-point harness like you'd find in a car. You'll find a simpler version of the seat controls down here beside the seat for when you are in the lie flat mode. The tray table slides out from here after giving it a slight nudge. Very sturdy when half deployed. There is a bit of a wiggle when fully deployed, but still not too bad. You can move the tray table forward and backwards. There are no shortage of windows to enjoy the view here from seat 8A. I'm glad that individually adjustable air nozzles are provided in this cabin. Pretty soon we were ready to get on our way. Our plane parked at the gate right beside the new pedestrian bridge, so I was treated to a nice close-up view of it as the jet bridge retracted. From this seat, you'll have a great view of the engine as well.
Some of us UV,
Some of us here,
above the clouds,
and below the wings,
we're pushing forward. Behind the scenes,
each of us connecting you.
is at the center of all we do. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
And thank you for flying with Delta.
As we continue our climb to cruising altitude, let's check out the onboard menu. As I showed earlier during the seat tour, the distributed paper menu only includes the main courses, and you had to scan a QR code to access the full menu. I'm not sure if this was just due to COVID measures at the time, or if this is how Delta usually does it. As always, feel free to pause the video at any time to read the menu in more detail. Wi-Fi is available on the flight. Delta offers complimentary messaging if you only need to stay connected through iMessage, Messenger, or WhatsApp. If you need a bit more connectivity, you can purchase a Wi-Fi pass. $18.95 for 3 hours, $6.95 for an hour, or $21.95 for the entire flight. Personally, I was okay with just the free messaging. The crew handed out these packaged towelettes from Grown Alchemist. Checking out some of the other amenities, Delta offers a pair of slippers which were quite comfortable. The amenity kit was provided by Someone Somewhere and came in a colorful fabric pouch. The contents included a bamboo toothbrush, a bamboo Delta pen, hand cream and lip balm from Grown Alchemist, earplugs, and an eye mask. The noise-canceling headphones provided were a pretty standard offer. The ear pads were comfortable, sound quality was good, and they got the job done. As the meal service began, I got myself a cranberry juice and a Bloody Mary mix, served alongside a tray of cheese and nuts. The appetizers came on one tray, consisting of celeriac cream soup, a salad with smoked cheddar dressing, smoked egg, tomatoes, and crispy shallots, as well as a potato roll served with cultured banner butter. It tasted decent, but nothing really stood out to me. As I waited for the main course, I spent my time looking out the window at the beautiful snow-capped mountain scenery, accented by the golden hues of the setting sun. For me personally, very few things beat watching a sunset from the sky. For the main course, Delta offers you the ability to choose your meal 24 hours in advance of the flight, including some options that aren't available from the onboard menu. I had pre-ordered the fish, and unfortunately I neglected to write it down and forgot exactly what kind of fish it was. I think it was a trout? But anyways, it wasn't that great. The taste was quite bland and the fish was a bit dry. For dessert, I opted for the opera cake, which was probably the best part of the meal. Of course, I got it alongside a cup of coffee. After the meal, the cabin was dimmed for people to get some rest, which allowed me to get a better look at the cabin mood lighting. Before trying to get some sleep myself, I made a visit to the lavatories. Again, it was a pretty standard lavatory offering in terms of size and amenities provided. One thing I did highly appreciate was the foot pedal operated trash bin. Can every airline just do this? Delta's IFE offers a ton of movies and TV shows, 314 movies and 567 series to be exact. Taking a quick browse through the selection, there were definitely a lot of titles I'd happily watch on this 9-hour flight. But at this time, I was already getting pretty tired, so I decided to delay the movie watching and instead try out the bed and get some sleep. The Delta bedding looked quite appealing, so I definitely wanted to give it a try. In this position, the footrest did feel a little restrictive, but it wasn't terrible. Shoulder width was really good and allowed for a good amount of movement there. After waking up to a beautiful sunrise over Greenland, I decided to re-watch Crazy Rich Asians to hype myself up for Singapore again, where I would be visiting in a few months' time. The crew conveniently came by to pass around some snacks, of which I selected some chips to munch on while I enjoyed the movie. After finishing the movie, the cabin lights slowly came on to gently wake up passengers for the arrival meal. For the arrival meal, there was a choice between a chicken apple sausage quiche or a Greek yogurt. I selected the quiche, which I thought was quite good and tasty. A bread roll and some fresh fruits were served on the side. For my beverage, I had an apple juice. I came onto this flight with reserved expectations, but I was pleasantly surprised. The seat looked great and felt modern and refined. I would have liked to see some more functional storage space to place smaller belongings, as well as a wider footrest area. While the quiche and opera cake were quite good, the main entree left a bit to be desired, which was a bit disappointing as the main meal is usually something I look forward to on these flights. However, the crew were fantastic throughout the flight and looked after me well. All things considered, I really enjoyed my flight with Delta and would be open to fly with them again, especially on their A350 or A330neo. If you made it all the way here, I'd like to thank you for checking out this trip report. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and hitting the subscribe button. If you didn't, well, leave a comment letting me know why so I know where I can improve. If you like planes and cool airplane photography, check out my Instagram at One More Week To Go or my website onemoreweektogo.com. And with that, thanks for watching, happy travels, and I'll see you in the next one.